Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. Man, get on the phone and call somebody and tell them I am the five-star general. The Texas Democratic Party has a convention this weekend, and they're planning on electing a new chairman. Who would that be? If it's Carrol Robinson, we can understand why the Texas Democratic Party is so up. Let's do it, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in, because you know without you guys I would not have a show. So first thing I got to do is I got to check my privacy settings. Let's make sure we got this thing in order before we start. Privacy, I don't know why it does that, but it does. Say, man, how you doing? Not feeling all that well, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm still breathing, so I don't have a problem with nothing that I'm dealing with at the moment. I want to say how you doing, man. It's been a minute. I've been busy on some other things, and I want you to push the share button on this video, because tonight I'm going to talk about something real important. Especially if you're a Democrat, you need to know the truth about the matter of what's going on. First, I want to send a shout out to all the Yates lines that dropped water off for the kids or sent money. Your money was spent on the water. The kids greatly appreciate it. There's always a need at the school, and when there's a need, people seem to stand up and they come through in the clutch. That's why we're one of the most powerful set of alumni in high schools in the country, because we take care of ourselves. And it's not a situation where we don't get it done when we need to get it done. So kudos to all those Yates Lions that stood up and helped those kids, and all the ones of you that wasn't Yates Lions that sent money or dropped water off. We really, really appreciate it. I know this weekend is a very pivotal point in the state of Texas. The Texas Democratic Party is having their big convention because now they have to elect a new party chairman. The incumbent is Gilberto Hinojosa, and I wasn't never satisfied with him when I was a Democrat, but he was better than some of the choices that were made. So the people that are running this time is Susan Olsen, Gilberto Hinojosa, and Carrol G. Robinson. Carrol G. Robinson, ex-city council member, Houston City Council, ex-member of the Houston Community College Board of Trustees. And it seems like a cloud follows him everywhere he goes. Now, if you're a Democrat, I'm just going to lace you to the game. He's been gallivanting all around Texas, trying to gather support to get the votes that he needs to become the party chairman of the Texas Democratic Party. Man, please. I don't know if y'all have been under rocks, or maybe you've been busy and you didn't have the time to watch prior shows, but we did a full expose on Carrol G. Robinson. He is the leader of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, which is an inactive PAC. It's an illegal PAC that has been in operation for several years, which they should not be collecting money from politicians and different things. But they've been operating this PAC, and they're still operating this PAC. You know, some prominent members of that Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, is Dr. Darnella Wilkerson, Dr. Dr. Candace Matthews, Terrence Shanks or Skanks or whatever his name is. But that Texas coalition of Black Democrats is one of the most illegal situations that I've seen in my entire life. It's an organization that is supposed to support African American politicians and African American issues. But I don't think any of us, especially in Harris County, can say exactly what the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, has supported from an African American standpoint. I don't know. I don't know. But I normally come with receipts. So tonight we're going to go over it. And if you are a Democrat and you still have the stomach to vote for Carrol Robinson at this Texas statewide convention, you just as crazy as I think you are. So let's crank this up. Let's share a page. Let's go in here and let's give you a little background on this cat. So we can be able to get into this. Okay, hopefully you can see this, and I'm pretty sure you can. Carrol G. Robinson, Esquire, graduated as a who's who among American law students from the George Washington University Law Center in Washington, D.C. He is an associate professor and former associate dean of external affairs at the Barbara Jordan Mickey Leland School of Public Affairs at Texas Southern University. He is also a co-principal investigator of the TSU National Transportation Security Center of Excellence, Petrochemical Transportation Security. Professor Robinson is a former at-large elected citywide member of the Houston, Texas City Council. He also represented the city of Houston in the board of directors of the Houston Galveston Area Council prior to his election to the Houston City Council. Professor Robinson was an associate professor at the Thurgood Marshall School of Law at Texas Southern University and served as an executive assistant to two presidents of the university. He is a member of the advisory board of the law school's Earl Carl Institute for Legal and Social Policy. Professor Robinson had worked in the Texas legislature as chief of staff and general counsel to Texas State Senator Rodney Ellis. He has an impressive list of publications, has presented at numerous presentations, and served as keynote speaker throughout the country. Outside his academic rigor, he's active and holds life memberships in the NAACP and Omega Psi Phi fraternity. He also holds memberships with the National Bar Association, American Bar Association, State Bar of Texas, Houston Lawyer Associations, and Houston Bar Association. That is Carrol G. Robinson. In a nutshell, that's him. So he has impressive credentials. But there's a cloud that follows him. From his time on city council to his time as a trustee with the Houston Community College, there's a cloud. 2013. He was basically accused, along with Lalu Davis, of trying to steer contracts to certain contractors. Now, this is the guy that is going to want you to vote for him for the Texas Democratic Party chair. Been accused of trying to steer contracts. This is in 2013. Big old scandal. That cloud followed him. But now there's a bigger cloud. There is a bigger cloud. Hold on just a second. Let's check something. Let's check something. So you know me, I come with receipts. Let's share screen. Something I ran across today while I was researching this cat. Let's share screen. Let's make sure that we got it. This is right here. In the criminal court of appeals, in the court of appeals for the first district of Texas, docket number, Michael Robinson, Carrol Robinson, and the 2000 Horizon Company. In this dispute between business partners, we determined whether the trial court erred in entering summary judgment to enforce a settlement agreement. Michael and Carrol Robinson and the 2000 Horizon Company, aka Lighthouse. Hold on. Okay, I got to do it like this. Lighthouse. Let's go like that. Yeah, there we go. Let me see. Lighthouse Energy Service. Appeal from the summary judgment in favor of William Kaysen and Black Stigma LLC. We conclude that the trial court properly entered summary judgment enforcing the settlement, and we find no error in the remaining issues on the appeal, and we therefore affirm. Michael Robinson founded Horizon and its majority shareholders. Kaysen is a minority shareholder in Horizon. Kaysen and Robinson together serve on Horizon's board of directors in 2010. Kaysen sued Robinson, alleging that Robinson had misused corporate funds for personal gain, forged Kaysen's signature on promissory notes, and concealed his actions from the board of directors. Kaysen brought claims individually and on behalf of Horizon, including claims for breach of fiduciary duty, fraud, investor oppression, and theft. The lawsuit was assigned to the 23rd District Court. While the lawsuit was pending, a property dispute arose between Kaysen and Robinson. Robinson had purchased property on behalf of Horizon in 2004 by borrowing $475,000 from a lender named John Bankenstein. In September 2010, around the same time, Kaysen sued Robinson. Robinson purchased Robinson's permanent promissory note, vendor's lien, and deed of trust from Bankenstein. As an assignee, Kaysen obtained Bankenstein's rights under the note, including any claims Bankenstein held against Robinson and the right to foreclose on the underlying property in the event of default. Robinson's promissory note contains the following provisions regarding notice of acceleration. Robinson and each surety, endorser, guarantor waive all demand for payment, presentation for payment, notice of intention to accelerate maturity, notice of acceleration of maturity, protest, and notice of protest. After Kaysen acquired the note, he notified Robinson that he had purchased it and Robinson had defaulted on it by failing to maintain proper insurance on the property, repay taxes paid by the lender, and obey restrictive covenants imposed on the land. Kaysen gave Robinson 30 days to cure the defaults. In the reply, Robinson tendered a check for the amount of $9,024, maintaining that the payment cured his default. Let me say this. There's a cloud that follows Carrol Robinson, one of the big dog Black Democrats in Harris County, a cloud that follows him. So this cloud has always followed him. Houston City Council, HCC, even private business. There's always something wrong with this man who wants to be the Democratic Party chair over Susan Olsen and Gilberto Hinojosa. But I tell you what, man, I ain't what I come here to talk about tonight. I come here to talk about some more stuff. Carrol Robinson is running basically a PAC that has been closed down for a number of years. Carrol Robinson and the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats are nothing more than some charlatans. Nothing more, nothing less. They have basically strong-armed politicians into giving them donations for various reasons. And can someone tell me what those donations are used for? Well, they don't buy push cards. They don't do phone banking. So where does the money go? Well, we dug into this organization a while back. Aubrey Taylor did a very excellent expose on the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. So you know I come with the receipts. Hold on a second. Let's share the screen. We're going to share this screen. And now we're going to go up to the top. Right here. And according to Aubrey Taylor, it's going to be a sad day in Texas if Carrol G. Robinson becomes the chairman of the Texas Democratic Party this Saturday. Terrence Shanks, the president of the defunct Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and Carrol Robinson, the chairman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, are poised to take control of the Texas Democratic Party on Saturday unless something is done to stop them. Now, defunct means that this PAC and this organization should not be doing business, which is in violation of Texas state law. Let's keep going. These two guys are thick as thieves, so to speak, and they're becoming more brazen and corrupt with each passing day. And the saddest thing about this pair is that on Saturday, July 16th at around 2 p.m. at the Dallas Convention Center, Carrol G. Robinson could very well become the new chair of the Texas Democratic Party and spread his corruption to the state level as he plans to push his agenda by any means necessary. And by the way, Terrence Shanks, the president of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, couldn't even win his race in Harris County precinct as a precinct chair back on 5/24/2022. That was this year. So how can the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats help Democratic judges win their upcoming election bids in November in the midterms? They really can't. So let's keep going. This is published on Aubrey Taylor's blog. Cumulative results report. This is Terrence, in case you need to. This is one of the guys that's going to be over the state of Texas. He's a very sharp dresser. Terrence Shanks ballots by mail. Terrence Shanks got 3 ballots by mail. Alfred Al Green got 34. His early votes, Mr. Shanks got 28. And Alfred Green got 87. On election day, Mr. Shanks got 27 votes. And Alfred Green got 127. Bottom line, Terrence Shanks got 58 votes. And Alfred Al Green got 248 to take that precinct chair position. Now, let me tell you, see, everybody been figuring out about Mr. Shanks. They know he's nothing but a charlatan. Ain't nobody going to put him in office. Put him in office for what? I mean, you've done nothing for the people, but yet you want to sit in, whether it's a precinct chair or whether it's the county judge, you trash. So let's keep going. Y'all make sure y'all go and look at Aubrey Taylor's blog spot. So this will tell you who Carrol G. Robinson likes to hang out with. How scandalous can one be when one of their running buddies is currently one of the worst presidents in American history? Joe Biden. On that day, he probably had to figure out what shade of lipstick he was going to wear to kiss Joe's ass. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. because I want to get you to the meat and potatoes. Let's keep going. I have a question because I'm just dumbfounded by it. I have a question. It's called the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. They take money from politicians. The politicians give them the money because they're scared they're not going to get the support. These people have no stroke in the community at all, but politicians still give an illegal PAC money for the purpose of helping them to get votes, basically to placate the community. Now, not only do African-American politicians, like who you see on here, Amanda Edwards, who needs to go sit down somewhere. She really needs to go sit down somewhere because you're not getting another position. You should have stayed on city council. But they also endorse Latinos. They endorse white candidates. Now, I'm not racist, but the name of the defunct PAC is called the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Do you think you can go to a Latino PAC as a black man and get an endorsement? No, they're going to endorse their own people. But these people, they take money from anybody. They take money from anybody. But let's go back. Let me go back over here so we can get going. Let's go back over here. Now, this picture that you see right here, for the record, Amanda Edwards, former Houston City Councilwoman, Judge Linda Dawson, Judge Raul Rodriguez, Judge Barbara Stadler, and got duped last week by Terrence Shanks and the president of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, into attending an illegal meeting hosted by an organization that is currently inactive and isn't supposed to be holding events, issuing endorsements, collecting membership dues, taking in money from candidates, or anything like that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Why not? Well, according to Texas Ethics Commission, let's go, the black organization called the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, has been inactive since 2014. Now, with that being said, the money taken by the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats between 2014 and 2022 was taken illegally and must be accounted for in the very near future. So you're telling me that these people have not been in organization since 2014. It's 2022. So roughly 9 years, they've been accepting money from politicians, Shanks, Robinson. They've been accepting this money, and they're in violation of state law. And this guy wants to be the chairman of the Texas Democratic Party. So if you're dirty on the local level, what you think he gonna be on the state level? Let's rock. Yeah, I come here tonight to put it on your mind. This is a criminal enterprise, according to Aubrey R. Taylor. Carrol G. Robinson, Terrence Shanks, and Antron D. Johnson are becoming more emboldened and have set their sights on taking over the Texas Democratic Party this weekend at the Texas Democratic Party convention in Dallas, Texas. In case you don't remember, my investigative team discovered that the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats Harris County chapter was declared inactive by the Texas Ethics Commission and has continued to operate illegally in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22, since Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg and some sitting Democratic judges are ignoring their illegal activity. So let me tell you something. If you want to get away with grand theft, you should become a politician in Harris County and be a Democrat. They can violate the law all day and the district attorney will not do anything. You know why? You're not going to do anything about the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats because the district attorney has given them money during this illegal period. Let's keep going. They're turning their heads, according to Aubrey Taylor. Harris County District Attorney and many other elected leaders are turning their heads, ignoring the political action committee Ponzi scheme that's being run by Carrol G. Robinson, the chairman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Terrence Shank, the president of the defunct Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, and Antron Johnson, the treasurer for several of their bogus political action committees that are running out of Harris County. Look at this. They're at the illegal meeting. Judge Raul Rodriguez, the presiding judge for Harris County Criminal Court Law 3, is all smiles when he didn't know that he got tricked into attending an illegal meeting. This was last weekend, July 6th. Look at these people in this illegal meeting being conducted by Terrence Shanks. Now, I want you to understand something. Maybe some of them people in that room don't know, but I'm pretty sure that they do know that this PAC is illegal, and they're just giving their money to these people. So let's keep going. This picture shows Terrence Shank acting in his capacity as president of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, a PAC that is not legal. This particular meeting was held on Tuesday, July 6, 2021 at the East Houston Civic Club located at 7418 East Houston Road. And it's been defunct since 2014. So let's get down here to some meat and potatoes. Dr. Darnella Wilkerson. I had a very unique situation happen with the good doctor. I was talking about this one night, and I was a member, I didn't know, of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Dr. Wilkerson, who's the treasurer of the local chapter, decided to send me my registration money back in the form of Cash App in the middle of me doing a video. Well, I knew she was watching, so I sent it back and told her, if you send it back to me, I'm going to get you for wire fraud. Because we exposed the fact that all they've been doing is taking money. So let's keep going, man, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Let's go. So now the way you can find out if these PACs are legal or illegal, you go to the Texas Ethics Commission and you try to pull up a finance report. Well, if you're a politician, a PAC, or whatever, you have to do your finance reports. I have to do one for my race this year before the 15th of this month. I have a couple of days. I'm going to do it this evening. And I have to file it electronically. Well, once I file it electronically, you should be able to go into the finance report section on Texas Ethics and pull it up. Well, when Aubrey went in to pull up the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, it says CSV downloads do not currently work with Google Chrome. Please use a different browser for downloading CSV files. Well, the reason it can't come up is because it's not there. They don't exist. So you push search and it should pull them up. Okay. The image above is documented proof that I went to Texas Ethics website and searched the name Texas Coalition of Black Democrats in an attempt to view the finance report that was due on July 15, 2021. Do you see the search button circled in red? Okay. So here it goes. When you put the name in, this is what comes up. See, before somebody go and run and say, he slandered my name. No, I ain't slander your name. I'm telling you the truth. So let's look at the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. It's a GPAC. Okay. The Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, the Dallas chapter, has been dissolved. That happened in 2013. We know that for a fact. But then when you get down here to the second GPAC circled in red, that's the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. It's inactive. It's inactive. So how are you having meetings for 8 years and your PAC has been inactive? How does that happen? How does that happen? Okay, let's go up in here. So when you put in, again, you go to Texas Ethics, by filers, you can put it in by the filer's name, the name of the PAC. It says the report is empty. There is no report. There is no report. Now, as you can see, this was on July 6th, where these people were at a meeting with these judges who's been giving them money. He's been giving them money. Let me show you how these folk operate. And these people be working in your best interest. Let's go down. This is July 6th. They all at this meeting. An illegal meeting. Not supposed to be having meeting, collecting dues, none of this. None of this. And according to Facebook posts, Patty Limon de Rodriguez is with Terrence Shanks. The Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, did not skip a beat during COVID. Now with in-person meetings, we are stronger than ever. Thank you, everyone who came out north of 610 and east of 59, especially our fearless leaders, Terrence Shanks, Dr. Candace Matthews, Darnella Wilkerson, and Constance Jones. It's back to in-person meetings for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, the guy that Carrol Robinson is running against is Gilberto Hinojosa. Mr. Hinojosa, let's give you some background on him. He's the current chairman of the Texas Democratic Party and is being challenged by Carrol Robinson, chairman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and Kim Olson, a retired United States Air Force colonel, 25-year combat veteran, and Democratic activist. You can click here for more information about the Texas Democratic Convention that's happening this weekend. This is Kim Olson right here, and she's also running for chairman, okay? And according to Aubrey, she doesn't appear to be mired in corruption like Carrol Robinson and members of his crew, so Democrats should either re-elect Hinojosa, or if they're searching for new direction, Kim Olson would be a much better choice than putting Carrol Robinson at the helm of their party. So let's go. Carrol Robinson for Texas Democratic Party chair, strategy, message, and wins. What wins? He's putting people over politics. That's what he says. So let me break this down so that you can understand. Not only did we find out that this PAC was an illegal PAC, there are several PACs that have been created, and at least 5 to 6 PACs. Carrol G. Robinson is the person that normally puts up the money to start the PACs, $100. Now, Antron Johnson, his boy, I think that's his nephew if I'm correct, Antron is the treasurer for multiple PACs. Multiple PACs. Even had a PAC for the HISD elections. Collecting money for what reason? When you're not supposed to be doing it. So we also figured out that people that needed to send them money who couldn't show up in person were sending the money to the treasurers of the PACs. Now, Antron's one person, but Antron had like 4 or 5 different addresses where the money was going to. All this is under the direction of Carrol G. Robinson. All this is under the direction of Carrol G. Robinson. Now, here's the thing, that we've been putting out information for almost 2 years on this guy. If we're wrong about what we put out, why nobody's never sued us for slanderism? Because you can't slander the truth. The truth of the matter is is that Carrol G. Robinson is the worst thing that could happen to the Texas Democratic Party. But that's y'all business because I ain't caught up in that foolishness. That's one reason that I got up out of it. When we had issues with one of his members, I had personally called him because I was a Democrat at the time. He tried to backdoor me. Okay, well, cool. Let me dig off in your business. And then once we started digging, then that's when we found all of the corruption. It is nothing more than a G-PAC Ponzi scheme. They have multiple PACs all across the state of Texas. Contrary to popular opinion, they've lost a lot of their membership throughout Texas because of this corruption. And now this man is running for chairman of the Texas Democratic Party. The reason that black people cannot get ahead in the United States of America, 72% of the time it's our own people doing it to us. And Carrol Robinson has done nothing but sour the taste of his black constituents. From being an embarrassment on city council to being an embarrassment with the Houston Community College system as a trustee. And now, as nothing more than the godfather of Ponzi schemes for GPACs, he's at it again. And you can't understand why the Democratic Party is so messed up. It was a reason for me leaving. It's no way that I'm going to be represented by the likes of these types of people. It's not going to happen. I have too much pride in myself to be affiliated with these types of people. And Carrol Robinson is a prime example of what's wrong with the Democratic Party. You got these people that's been in politics forever. They don't want to let it go. And they're going to do everything in their power to stay in politics. They'll enrich themselves. They'll increase their generational wealth while the rest of us out here eating breadcrumbs. If you think that you're going to get anything accomplished with Carrol G. Robinson at the helm of the Texas Democratic Party, please vote him in at the convention so that us Republicans can wipe the floor with your raggedy asses in November. Because he's not going to do anything to help your party, so we will turn the state of Texas red. So vote him in. I challenge you now. Vote him in. We'd be glad to turn the state of Texas red. And then you can do some new addition and blame it on the rain. But you have a choice in the matter. In the Texas Democratic Party, the convention is this weekend. It starts Friday, it runs all weekend. Go in there and be responsible with your vote. Do not vote this man in. And y'all that continue to be a part of the illegal activities of the Harris County chapter of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, you're just as ignorant as black people portray you to be. You're an embarrassment. But you're not an embarrassment to the people in your circle because you need that spotlight. Yeah, I'm talking to certain ones of y'all. You need that spotlight. You don't give a damn about black people. I'm talking to you. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking to. You raggedy, you trash. And this is the reason that our communities look the way that they look. This is the reason that our communities are treated in the fashion that they're treated. Because you people are in this for your own self-gain. Carrol G. Robinson is a crook. And I called you that clown. And now I'm challenging you. If you have a problem with anything that I've said, Mr. Robinson, sue me. I get discovery in a court of law. Well, you're an attorney, you know that. But I don't think you want me to present my discovery in a court of law because I would embarrass you more than you could ever imagine. Oh, I really would, Mr. Robinson. You're trash. You are trash as an African-American political figure. You're trash, but you stay in your little circle that you in. And any one of y'all in that little circle that want it with me, just let me know. Because I got dirt on all of y'all. But this clown, how you got Antron over multiple PACs finances? Antron Johnson, this dude can barely spell his name. This man can't even put two sentences together. And who is the treasurer of multiple PACs? We're talking 5 or 6 PACs. That you have a guy, the treasurer over these PACs, that can't add and subtract. But I know y'all know how to add up that money y'all taking from these people. I know you know how to add up that money that these politicians paying you because they think you have influence in the voting circles, and you don't. You don't buy push cards. You don't pass out paraphernalia for them. You don't do any advertising for them. So where is the money going, Carrol G. Robinson? What do you do with the money that these hardworking politicians give to your organization? And then more importantly, your organization is an African-American organization that dupes white candidates. You dupe Latino candidates out of tons of money. Tons of money. And you should be the person that's over the Democratic Party in the state of Texas as the chairperson. I want you to vote him in so we can wipe that damn floor with you in November. Now, are there some illegal Republicans out there that's doing dirt? You goddamn right it is. They just seem to have a better PR perspective of it and know how to cover it up. You clowns don't even cover it up. And the reason that you don't cover it up is because you've been getting away with it so long and nobody's done anything. You don't care. How do we live in Harris County and all of this is going on and the top cop in the county, Kim Ogg, has yet to bring any of y'all up on charges? My question is why? Because she may have mistakenly given you money and not knew that you were running an illegal PAC. And it's not like you've been running an illegal PAC for a couple of years. You've been doing this for 8 to 9 years. So I'm telling you tonight, do not cast your vote for Carrol G. Robinson, for Democratic chairperson of the state of Texas, for the Democratic Party. Go with Gilberto Hinojosa or either Susan Olsen. Because if you bring that corrupt Negro into the building, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say it won't even take 12 months before he goes to jail. Then your party will be embarrassed right before the 24 elections, and then we'll wipe the country with your dumb ass and turn the country red. So you vote for who you want to vote for. But if you smart, you won't vote for Carrol G. Robinson. But if you ignorant, not ignorant, black folk, you know we talk a certain way. If you ignorant, like them country folks say, you gonna vote for Carrol G. Robinson. He gonna spoon feed you all the stuff that he's gonna do for black people, all the stuff that he's gonna do for the Democratic Party. Negro, you ain't did shit for nobody in the city of Houston or Harris County. The only thing you did was stay embroiled in corruption. Bet you won't take me to court. Carrol, come on. You're a punk. Come on, man, I'm punking you right now. Go on and say I slandered you. I'll tear your ass up in a court of law, boy. I got it, Hall. I got it. I seen it come through. I'll tear your ass up in a court of law, boy. You and your little fancy law degree don't mean shit with the evidence that I got. Better go sit your $5 ass down before I make change on it. So what you gonna do is your move now, Mr. Robinson. You're gonna keep lying to those hardworking Democrats that want better for their party? Or are you gonna tell them the truth? That you're running a Ponzi scheme in the state of Texas with GPACs? Are you gonna tell them the truth? That the money for those GPACs has Antron Johnson as the treasurer of almost 98% of them? Are you going to tell them the truth and tell them that Antron has multiple addresses where they're sending money to? Why would you send money to multiple addresses when Antron has one? Well, you know, he might have more than one at this point with the things that you've done for him. I don't know, Mr. Robinson. I know you've been speaking highly on Roe versus Wade. Yeah, you've been speaking real highly on that, and you know, women should have the right to choose. But I think you chose for Antron when he got that girl pregnant, and you had to abort the baby. Remember, you gave him that money. Remember, you gave him that money. Huh? With me and see. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but I will say, my good friend Eugene Hall Yates, legend, Baylor Bear, legend, just sailed over some money for the kids to get some water. I appreciate it, brother. We'll make sure that we pick it up and we load that room up with that water, my friend. And it is what it is. Carrol does not represent change, Robert. Cut that out. I love you to death. We'll get down with you like 9,000. I need the people to know. Explain himself with the fact that this pact has been defunct since 2014. Not you, Rob. Not you, Robert. Him. See, I will stand alongside of my African-American brothers and sisters and fight to the death. Unless you're a crook, then I'll come after you myself. He represents change. He gonna change his address. He gonna end up in the state penal system if he keeps playing. That's what's gonna happen. He can't explain these multiple pacts. He can't explain Antron being the treasurer of multiple pacts. You put a guy as the treasurer over 5 or 6 pacts that if I walked up to him right now and say, Antron, how you doing? This is the response I would get. No, which way do they go? Are you serious? Say, man, you gotta do better, you gotta do better than that. But I tell you what, crooks don't never get caught, they get comfortable. Crooks get comfortable. So if it's legitimate, tell us about that HISD pack you had during the school board elections. What you do with that money? Which candidates did you put it behind? Because you definitely ain't putting it all behind no black candidates. It is what it is. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I wish you guys had some better choices. But, you know, if we just need to vote him in because he's black, y'all do what y'all do. But what we got to stop doing, whether they Republican or Democrat, is just voting people in because they black. I need you to be qualified. I need you to be ethical. I need you to have character. Your reputation will be judged but one day. But your character will be judged for a lifetime. And his character is in question. According to the documents we have, his character is definitely in question. And I'm going to be honest with you. If this was another county, this man would have been indicted a long time ago. He would have been indicted a long time ago. You're in the right county doing business, brother. But no, time come with change, and change come with time. You're going to reap what you sow. You're going to reap what you sow. You guys, I love you. Exactly, Rob. I mean, y'all keep up with Robert Williams. This is a very, very intelligent black man. Very, very intelligent black man. He doesn't judge people by the R's or the D's, but he's pro-black all day, and he wants what's best for black people. And my thing is we differ on a few issues, but some issues we right where we need to be, because he has the time to sit down and we communicate. So he kind of knows where I'm at on some issues. You know, a lot of people ask me, man, will you ever come back to the Democratic Party? In my world, I'd never say never. But I don't see me coming back before I die. You've lost me. And you lost me because of people like Carrol Robinson. You've lost me because when people had faith in you as an African-American leader, you chose to enrich yourself. And you forgot about us small people. You forgot about the black farmers, the black teachers, the black lawyers, and you're a lawyer. You forgot about the black firemen. You forgot about the black children. So when you make decisions that just enrich you, you shit on the rest of us. I'm just telling you how I feel. It is what it is. It is what it is. And don't be surprised if I'm standing in front of your convention in Dallas with my bullhorn. Never know what the OG gonna do. Because I'm gonna protect my people like my life depended on it. Say it's a reason I'm the best in the business every night. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It's the great one. Get on the phone and call somebody and tell them I am the 5-star general. This weekend in Dallas, Texas. Take care of your business, because I ain't gonna travel all over to Texas to get this word out. But I know exactly who I need to send this video to. Carrol, take that L this Saturday. I'll holler at you.